Okay, I'm going to be using two different types of fabric for this project. They're both going to be knit and stretchy though, since it's just going to be a bathrobe and you don't really need it to fit that tightly. It doesn't have to be knit fabric, but you know, I just have a general preference for knit because it's softer and you know it's easy to work with, for me anyway. So here is my first fabric, and this one isn't as stretchy as the second one I'm using, which is this. It's kind of slub knit, but it's really soft. It's really stretchy and pliable, and yeah. So I'm gonna be using two, and I don't know if I'm gonna make this reversible yet. I'm gonna decide as I go, but generally one is going to be used for the lining and the other is the outside fabric. So what I did first was I cut out a very simple t-shirt. It looks kind of like just a really odd trapezoid shape, but it really is a very general abstract t-shirt shape. You can kind of see the curve of the armhole. What you can do is trace or use a regular t-shirt as a pattern, and only cut out like a tank top shape and make it as, you know, a lot bigger because you want your bathrobe to fit very loosely, and then just lengthen it to the length that you want it to be. This hits about my knee, so my measurements are, it is 36 inches wide, and I made the front part a little bit shorter, and it's 31 inches over here. So it just depends on how long you want yours, and you can even make your bottom equally long. I just decided to do it this way because I felt like it, but it really doesn't matter. And then the bottom width is 16 inches, and then the top for me is 11 inches, and the armhole length for me is about 10 inches. But again, this all depends on what you want and you know what your size is, but basically the best way to go is to use a t-shirt as a pattern. For me, I kind of just eyeballed it. So you're going to cut a one piece that's, you know, a really large t-shirt basically, and this will be your back piece, like that. If you open it up, it looks like a really big tank top. And then you're going to cut the same exact piece again, so you'll have two of them, but you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to cut one straight line down the middle, and that's what I've already done over here. So I have two pieces that are like that. If you watch my cardigan video, it's almost exactly the same. So next what I'm going to do is take the back piece, lay it out so that it's right side facing up, and then I'm going to take one of the front pieces that I just cut. I'm going to lay it down right sides together. And then I'm going to sew the shoulder and the side seam. So after you've done that, go ahead and repeat the step to the other side. So lay your front piece down, right sides facing together on your back piece. And then again, sew the shoulder and the side seam. Now you're going to cut out sleeves, and since it's just a general bathrobe, you don't have to make a pattern or anything. My sleeve is just a basic rectangle. The measurements are 19 inches by 13.5 inches. And the 13.5 inches is actually how long it is. This reaches my elbow. I'm going to make it kind of like 3/4 length sleeve. And this is going to be what goes around my arm, and I want it to fit really loosely. Again, that's your preference if you want to make it tighter, if you want to keep it loose like mine. So yeah, and then so you're gonna fold it in half, right sides together, and sew up the seam. And you're gonna do this to both of the pieces, of course. Fold it right sides together and sew up the seam. Once you've sewn up the seam of your sleeve, go ahead and turn it right side out. Then take what you have of your bathrobe, and it should look kind of like a vest, like a sleeveless vest right now. Go ahead and insert the sleeve into the bathrobe right sides together, and then make sure the seam, the bottom seam of the bathrobe fit with the bottom seam of the sleeve or match up. And then go ahead and sew the sleeve onto the armhole, and do that to both armholes. Okay, so now you should have a basic bathrobe, and you know, at this point, if you want, you can just hem off the edges and that's it, and you'll be done. But I decided to make mine 2-layered. So if you want to do the same, make another bathrobe with different fabric, and this is, like I said, this was the other fabric that I used. So what I'm gonna do is put this one into this one, right sides together. So now I have both. I have one bathrobe inside the other. What I'm gonna do is top stitch these 2 layers together, but only around the front. So around the front pieces, around the neckline, and then down the other side of the front. I'm not gonna sew the sleeves together or the bottom yet because I need to be able to flip everything right side out. Okay, so once you've sewn the 2 bathrobes together along the front piece and along the neckline, you're gonna reach underneath or inside the 2 layers and then flip everything right side out. Now it's going to look like this, like you have, you know, basically 2 bathrobes joined together, but then you have 4 sleeves. So go ahead and take both sleeves of one bathrobe and push them into the sleeves of the other. Okay, so what you can do to finish the sleeve is to turn the outside fabric inwards like this, and then turn the inside fabric outward like this, and then sew them together like so, so that the edges are hidden and the seam isn't showing. But I am lazy, so I'm just gonna serge it because that's the person I am. So if you are a perfectionist, do what I just showed you and it'll be nice and dandy. Alright, and then finish the bottom any way you want. I serged it again because I'm lazy. You can serge it like I did if you're equally as lazy, or you can finish it the way I showed you how to finish the sleeve. After that, you can add pockets to the front. If it's reversible, then do it to both sides or however you want. You can also top stitch along the edges. You can also add any trimmings or, you know, anything to make it look better. I think I'm just gonna leave mine as it is. Now I'm going to make a long string to tie around the bathrobe. Okay, I'm just gonna sew along the edge. Okay, once you've done that, go ahead and flip your string right side out. And then sew up the ends and you should be done. You could also add little belt loops along the sides of the bathrobe so you can put your string somewhere. I'm just gonna be lazy and tie it around. I'm not gonna sew no belt loop, but that's just a suggestion. So yeah, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm a pretty lazy person. Yeah, other than that, you're done, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial.